Welcome, everyone. Say hello as you're jumping in, whether you are live or replay. I'm very excited to be sharing this information with all of you today, where we are going to go live behind the scenes into the portal of Soul Success Unleashed program. So I know many of you have been following the series and it's been so much fun. I'm continuing to read the comments of those of you that did it live or on replay. So definitely go back and check for your questions if they've been, because I've been answering a lot of them as well as best as I can. You can always tag me in my Facebook group. I know YouTube's a little trickier, but we are keeping up with those. So check back if you had left questions that you had, and I'm doing my best to answer them. Say hello. How have you been enjoying the series? I'm excited to do this because I think sometimes it's helpful to see behind the scenes, see what does it actually look like? It's housed offline for one thing. A lot of people ask, do I have to be able to be on social media? I don't really do social media. You don't have to. We do have a private Facebook group that's optional way to connect with community if that's something you want. We have an amazing community. It's one of the cherries on top for people. They don't realize they even need it sometimes, or maybe you do. But one of the things is just creating often lifelong friends. Usually there's 2 to 5, maybe even 7 people that will stay connected for years after, probably for a lifetime after they end the program, like Soul Family coming back together. It's an amazing support. So we do have that as as an optional add-on, but everything is housed offline. You have the ability, I mean, not offline, off social media on a private membership login. So we give you a login information so you can go through it and move through the course at any time. Also, people ask sometimes, do I have to be live for the live calls? If you're doing the live group immersion, there's self-paced version, which moves one module per week. And then what I'm going to show you is the setup for the live group immersion. They have the same content. It's just 1 week over a year for the self-paced with no live support. Do it at your own pace over a longer time. And then there's the live group immersion, and they both have the same content, but the content is weekly. So I'm going to show you module by module and how it's set up on the back end. And also you can ask me any questions that might come up as well. It's good to see you too, Amy. I'm so excited to continue working with you. I'm so excited you jumped in. All right, so let's go ahead and share the screen here. So what I was going to say was, just to finish my thought, if you can't make the live calls, but you feel called to the live group or the pace of working over a condensed container of transformation over 3 months, then don't worry about it. Over half the people don't do it live. Everybody's in different time zones, different work schedules, and it's totally fine. I just say put it on the calendar we always upload the recording within less, usually 5 hours, but within 24 is what we promise in case it takes a little while to process. And so just mark the calendar. Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 Eastern, 7 UK is when they're set for, but we'll have them uploaded. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever's your good day, mark it on your calendar like as if it's live, right? And you can do that. The other thing is, as you go through the modules, I suggest everybody to do this. You submit your questions as you go through it on your own time, right? So whether it's weekly or monthly, well, this is for the live support people. So this is the live group immersion, right? The self-paced doesn't have support, but in that way at least. But if you're on the live group, you can submit the questions. I'm always going to answer them on the live call. So if you miss it, you can just do replay. If you're in the Facebook group, you can ask questions in between. You're going to be supported and you're going to get your questions answered. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the back end of this. So give me 1 second to get this set up for us. Perfect. I think I'm going to remove myself just so that you can see a bigger screen if I can, just so that you can see there. Maybe I'll put myself in the corner. Okay. It's distracting. There you go. All right. So there you go. You can see everything there. So here's the back end of what Soul Success Unleashed looks like. So you have a login, you come here to your portal. Inside, you have a welcome video, and you have the basic information on the left side, how to link to everything. So if you're doing, this is again the live group immersion, the content I'm going to share is the same for self-paced. It's just monthly, not weekly. But you do get all these extras when you do it live. You get Conscious Creator Vault, you get the live Q&A calls, you get the just some extra weekly practice sessions, all kinds of things for the live group immersion. And so all of the information, your live calls and everything will be submitted over here, your bonus workshop information, which also, by the way, both groups do get the bonus workshops, whether you're live or self-paced, and those do come with a live call as well. So there's 3 additional live monthly calls to support the bonus workshops that are always right in line with clearing energy for the program that you're working through. All right, so let's look at the modules in Soul Success Unleashed. So on the left, you can always go to just client care information. If you lose an email, can't find an email or whatever, it'll take you to where you need to go. I definitely recommend the Start Here video because this gives you, again, how to download your meditations. This is for both groups. You'll have your own Start Here information and all of that. We'll put the recording of the kickoff call that we have on the 15th there as well. And then let's see, we have the Energetic Mastery is the first program module. Now, I do recommend this is optional. It just takes like 5 minutes, but we do program assessments in the beginning, middle, and end, so you can kind of track your progress. I think it's a really great way. Sometimes it's hard to track, so it doesn't take long to do. It also gives me information about how I can support you better. But you'll see that they come in modules. Now, the first 2 weeks, the Energetic Mastery seems like a lot of information happening at once, but really, they're much more shorter, bite-sized modules, and it's mostly experiential. You do want to do everything in order. So you'll see when you go to view the module, you're going to do it in order. And what I love about this is too, we have the core content set up in chapters. So if you ever want to come back to something specific, like what was she talking about, the spiritual growth and grounding, or, this kind of gives you like, you can skip ahead through the chapters by hovering and kind of going to the title, the numbers that they said. The first time, watch the entire thing through, okay? You'll start with the video, right? So you do module 1, you start with the video, it says right here, right? Module 2. So you just go right in order and you can click it and you can complete it as you go so you know where you're at. Each one's going to have a transcript as well of the video so that you have information there. And within that, you're going to see the meditations that you'll want to be doing, right? So the workbook is here for module 1, right? You can download the workbook here. You can also, if you save it to your desktop and open it from there, it won't save it if you just open online, but if you download it to your desktop and open it up, then you can type in there directly. And then it has your module 1 activation. Now, like I said, these are shorter bite-sized things. And so you'll see there's multiple videos in the first 2 modules because I'm teaching you a process that builds, right? This is an 11-minute video meditation. And then the next module, you're going to get a meditation that encompasses everything from module 1 and module 2. So you don't have to have module 1 perfect before you move to module 2. Just make sure you go through the video. If you like the workbook and journaling activities, you can do that and the activation and then move to the next module. So it's in order, right? But these are shorter, 7 minutes. So these are shorter content pieces. So it's still going to be about, 2 hours, anywhere between 90 minutes and 3 hours at the max, depending on how much you're like practicing and using your tools for the first week or month, depending on which way you're going. Okay. So that's module 1. We go over the grounding, the clearing energy, how to use your crystalline silhouette tool to, I feel like I do see you from here. Maybe it won't be too distracting. You'll see your crystalline silhouette tool, right? So you'll be able to help buffer your energy from other people. This is how you get a walk through life. It's not just a meditation tool. It is a meditation tool and practice, but it's about how do you get a walk through life with these tools active. I use these tools right now while I'm teaching. I would never be able to do the work I did without these tools because I would be overwhelmed like a sponge, right? The biggest 4-day series I've ever done had 8,500 people registered. Now, of course, everybody's not listening to that live at the same time or anything like that, right? But the replays go on for several weeks. And so thousands of views, thousands of contents, thousands of people's attention on me the entire time, right? That would be exhausting. So these types of tools let you go into work and to live your life, into family functions without being overwhelmed. So every time I've run this course live, people say that the whole price of the program is in the first 2 weeks of the Energetic Mastery tools because it's how you walk through life. Now, at that being said, this is the precursor to how you clear your energy, have a clear channel, connect with your intuition. And then when we start learning in the next modules, you start learning the reading tools, you will have a way to process and transmute and clear energy to heal yourself while you're doing the readings for yourself and others, right? So the module 2 comes in. So then that's week 1. You go through a couple of modules here, right? And then you go into week 2, Energetic Mastery Tools, which completes the cycle. What I want to show you here is in this module, by the time you get to the week 2 or month 2, module 4, Module 4 activations. When you're done with this training, you'll see that I've created 2. You'll never have to go back to the full trainings again unless you wanna understand the teachings more. But really right here, I take all 6 tools that are part of the meditation practice to clear and protect your energy and to clear out other people's energy and to clear out your own emotional energy or your own mental energy, right? To really start to set your intentions and use your gifts as a way to powerfully manifest. So once you listen to them, this guided journey, there's a 23-minute full length version and an 11 or 12-minute jump start, right? And so you just listen to one of these in your morning routine until you get the hang of using it on your own. And many people use these for months or even years. They just like prefer being guided, and that's fine. It works the same, but I'm teaching you and training you how to go through life with these tools activated so that you're not overwhelmed as an empath and sensitive. Okay. And so it's really important to start there. That right there is going to be huge. I've had people, again, healers for 20 years come in and go, oh, okay, this is what I was missing. And now they can quadruple their client load because they're not overwhelmed, right? They can do live videos because they're not taking in all the judgment or the fear or the even the attention from people, right? So the first 2 weeks or 2 months, depending on how you do it, is a really important phase of self-healing, of self-realization, of actually enhancing. So even if you already know how to ground, these attunements are packed with a very high level um, energy and directive to actually just amplify it. So stick with me. If the first module is all about grounding, you might know that, but this is going to amplify your grounding. Okay. And then it will build very quickly to more tools that you can use. And this is really good for people brand new on their spiritual awakening journey. I mean, this is like everybody in the world, I think, would benefit from these tools, to be honest, if they were open to meditation. But at the same time, this is great for new people on their beginning that are brand new. Over half the people are brand new on their beginning, and it's going to meet you where you're at and give you an amazing foundation right away. If you've been on your journey a long time, again, it's just going to supercharge your information. It's going to take this to where your boundaries, your energy boundaries, and your intuition to the next level. Okay. So either way, it's going to meet you where you're at. Then we move into the module 1. So this one comes into the core Soul Success Unleashed program, right? The first 2 weeks are self energy mastery tools, and then we take those energetic mastery tools and we practice them for the whole program. So they're in every meditation moving forward for the whole program. So if you don't, I don't expect you to have it all mastered by the first 2 weeks or 2 months. But after doing it as consistently as you are, right? If you're in the live group, you're going to use it over the course of the time. By the end of the program, you will have a lot of mastery with it if you've been using the tools. And they're going to make you feel better. They're going to make you be more aligned all day. Like you're going to want to use them for sure. And then you move into the next module, right? Again, here's the next module. You'll see it's very organized. If you want to come back, like maybe there's a tool that you didn't get perfectly, right? And you were like, you know what? What was she talking about that? Oh, I can go right back here to that part of the video, right? It's organized. It has a transcript. If you like to read and highlight things, we transcribed them. People learn in different ways, right? And so we have the different modules of videos. You go in order. Then here's the workbook. I can show you kind of just a quickie of what it looks like. You know, there. And then you have the meditations and activations that you'll want to do. So in this one, you're learning about how to tell the truth from this a spiritual truth and from ego's lie, right? And so that's for yourself or others. There's an activation journey there, and then there's the Earth Star activation. So each time there's going to be usually like a tool attunement or some kind of a guided journey. And then there's going to be an activation around healing. Or we started with the third eye early on this one. Earth Star chakras for grounding, and then the third eye, as well as a DNA activation to kick it off, since this is a lot about your clairvoyance and you're developing your reading skills. But then as you go to the next modules, you'll see that then we go in order for the rest of the 5D chakra activations. So then we go on to, and you just complete, and it'll tell you where you're complete and it'll keep track of where you're at. So you can just do it like one video at a time. So 20 minutes a day, right? If you want to do it that way. Or you can do it, take an afternoon on a weekend or whatever, and just do 2 hours all at once and just get it in, right? All at one time. It's totally up to you. Then we get to this module here. And we have, again, it kind of is just listed the same way, but this one has the root and sacral 5D activation, as well as a pineal and pituitary gland activation and reading screen attunement. That's going to really be and this is where you learn advanced reading skills that you'll practice throughout the program. that you can apply. It's like you're working with the energy mastery tools to transmute and heal your energy. And then we add in a layer of how now to position yourself energetically and with some tools that you'll be attuned to give readings, right? For yourself or others. Now, this is not only for people who want to give readings to other people. First and foremost, this is about you identifying your own root cause and your own blocks in your path, right? So when you do these reading and clearing exchanges, it's all about developing your intuition for your own use, to be a conscious creator, to see the root cause of a pattern that may be passed down through the family line or attached to a trauma you had as childhood or even another lifetime. So I'm teaching you how to now identify and clear and heal yourself on your ascension journey, which is going to serve you far beyond this program. This is about now you knowing how to identify things moving forward on your path, because things are always going to come up in life, right? To navigate, and it'll help you be a conscious creator, clear your path with more ease, identify where you're limiting yourself, and match and manifest and create the life that you desire. I use these tools to create my business and to clear my own blocks and limitations as I'm up leveling all the time as well, right? So these are really powerful. Also, each week, once you start into the core program, you also get the weekly energetic tune-ups. Actually, I think they're in all of them every week or every month, depending, right? And then in both the self-paced or the live group immersion, we did do one optional Q&A from a previous round. These are optional, but I do recommend listening. They're going to answer a lot of your questions for sure. And again, if you wanted to just get a sense of what's in it, maybe you're like, I don't know if I want to listen to the whole thing. You can go to that video. They will be informational for sure, but you can also just go, huh, what are the chapters and the topics? She's talking about applying the reading tools in real time. Huh, that sounds interesting. Let me go back to that and just cut ahead to that part of the video. So you see how organized and user friendly it is, right? For you to come back to, or even to, if you want to skip around in the Q&As. I do recommend you listen to the full video training and activations for the core content. This is just the optional Q&As that I recommend listening to, but that's how you can use them or come back to them. Maybe you move down, right? So then we go past the reading skills. This is when you start learning how to, I give you a demonstration video, watching me guide other students through the process of how to do an aura reading as well. So you can start to learn that for yourself. And this is when the practicing begins. If you're in the live group immersion, you'll be practicing with other people. It's optional, but highly recommended. We don't do this until a month in to the program, where you're going to have all of the tools by then to need. I know a lot of people say, but I don't have reading tools, or I'm nervous, I don't want to let somebody else down. You won't. It is, again, optional, but it is where you're going to make massive transformation for yourself and also really hone your skill set, because it's all about practicing and getting the feedback in a safe container with other students who are also learning is a great way to do that. You're going to be healing yourself and activating your gifts and building that confidence in your skill set as you go. Okay. Module 3, you get attuned to a deactivate and elevate tool that you can use for yourself, for others, on your pets, right? Your family, or as a paid service if you wanted to do that. Then we're going to identify family patterns and programming and embody your gifts. So this is powerful because a lot of the energy we're dealing with in this lifetime, our chosen theme for our soul's evolution, right, has to do with the family that we chose to incarnate with, and a lot of the patterns that get passed down through the generational line, whether this is addictions or codependent relationships, or working really hard, or poverty, being the starving artist, or um, abusive relationships, even. Like, all these patterns oftentimes are really kind of passed down through the family line. And so this is a deep one to do that. And at the same time, again, you're always going to get also activations of your chakras. So high heart chakra, you may have heard of that or not, your solar plexus, heart, and high heart, right? But you're going to learn to identify the programming, and then with the previous tool you now have to clear it out. Okay. And you'll do this for yourself and others. And then when you start practicing that in the reading exchanges, you're getting healings every time. You're giving each other healings and readings every time at the same time as practicing and healing yourself. It's amazing. It's like trifecta, right? And so here's the halfway assessment. It takes a few minutes to fill out. Then you learn about how to spiritual growth cycle. So this is kind of where I talked about this on, I think, Monday. There was a training that was released that talked about, like, what is a spiritual growth cycle? So this is about how do you integrate that? Your spirit can take energetic leaps and bounds, and then our mental and emotional and physical body and conscious awareness takes a minute to process it. And so that's when things can feel disorienting or overwhelming, or we're numbing, or we're kind of get, feeling like kind of like life's taking us for a ride a little bit, right? That means you had a big leap, but you haven't processed it fully. And so this is where I teach you a tool and a process to how to get grounded through that, how to clear energy through that, how to transmute it so it's actually working for you, right? So you can move through the discomfort into alignment. Another way to look at this is moving through the ascension flu symptoms, how people will call it, right? So third eye, crown chakra, and active throat, third eye, and crown chakra for this one. And then again, we add the energetic tune-up, and then I give you some bonus support here. So there's always stuff there. And again, the core content, again, is self-paced or live group immersion. The live group immersion comes with live support, Q&A calls, and some other things I'll share at the end, practice sessions and Facebook group support from me in between times and your community. But the content you get, and both programs get lifetime access to the content as long as you're, in, yeah. So there's lifetime access to the content. Okay. So just not the live energy that goes for 3 months for the live group immersion, but you can stay on. Some people stay on through a membership that I have for graduates. It's up to you. But you'll complete the program in that time. Then we do a vibrational, a causal chakra, star chakra, 5D activation in the DNA level 2. This is all about communicating and working with your spirit guides. Then we go into accessing the Akashic records, a very simple way to access the records and start to look at your soul gifts. And you get a soul gift alignment activation, right? This is where it starts to align you even more with your purpose work. And then we have learn how to read empowered and karmic lifetimes, which is very powerful because again, if it's not family patterns, then it could be another lifetime. Those are like a lot of the times where the core root patterns that we get stuck in are centered in. Okay. So this helps you to not get stuck in the story of it, but to clear it. And then I talk about how to put it all together, professionally or personally, right? How you can use these tools together in different ways. Yeah, and so lots of extra, you see there's lots of bonus support material within each of these modules as well. Of course, we have a bonus training that's the certainty of information, activate your highest timeline, which will be very powerful as well. So that is what that looks like. Now, some additional things that you get, I'm going to come back here for a second. Let me just check out if you can. There we are. So ADHD friendly, thank you. Yes, speaking as one myself, I get this. Yes. And I think that everybody's different, and everybody learns a little different visually, highlighting, many different ways. I want to keep you on track. And whether you're self-paced or in the live group immersion, we're sending email touch points, like we'll send you when your module opens, right? Here's a weekly check-in. So we're sending a couple, for the self-paced, I believe it's like a weekly email check-in just to keep you going and pointing you in the right direction. And then for the live group, you get your module release each week. And then you also get your Monday check-ins, we'll call them, we'll check in for the week and make sure you're on track. And so you get lots of support for accountability. A lot of people say that. I have trouble finding the link to get to the homepage for the program. So the best thing to do, because I can't really troubleshoot things right now on this call, but email my team and they're going to get back to you very quickly with links and giving you how to do that. Like I can tell you if you're logged in, I can give you a couple tips because we are going to have to actually, it's perfect timing because maybe this will answer your question. I'm not sure. But I'm in the back end of my site, so it might not show exactly the same way though. Yeah, okay, it does actually. Let me see. So like you have to make sure you're logged in. So there's a link that you're sent in the email, then you log in. If it doesn't show logged in, then it's going to make you pay for things you already have. But if you're logged in, you're going to see my products and you'll have this product, plus you'll have several others. If you're in the live group, you're going to get other products as well. So like the Sapphire Circle, which is the live group access point membership that you get free for 3 months, and a lot of other things that come with it. So make sure you're logged in and then make sure you're here. And then you just click view product, right? Now I'm going to go back to, I need to go on my back end for a second and get to another program to show you. So if you're on the live group of immersion, I want to show you a couple of other things. I just can't navigate quite the same way when I'm on my admin side of things. So I need to come here. For you, it'll be really easy and I'll show you where. Okay. So another thing that you're going to get as a so another thing that you're going to get as a live group immersion only is a Sapphire Circle. This is where you have to activate. It's $1 to activate it, but it's for 3 months. It just the to activate your 3 months, it's $1 just because it saves your information, and then you don't get charged for 3 months. You can cancel and never be charged, or if you want to stay on board, you can. It's totally up to you. But when you activate that, you're going to get access to the live stuff, and it's very organized. And this is all linked in your side portal of your Soul Success Unleashed program. But this is another portal you'll see, and it has all the important information, right? Kind of gives you a walkthrough video that we made, my team made, how to manage your account, Facebook links, client care support, perks, right? You get some extra discounts on some things as well. So this is like gives you all of like the logistics, live call information, right? So you get the times and live calls, you got your Zoom link, you get submit your question form, so everything is very organized for you. And then also from here, yeah, so everything's very organized from you. The archives of old recordings, so you get a ton more. Like if you're in the live group immersion, you'll get like 24 different, I think it's 24 different Q&A calls from different times that you can go in. That's all organized if you wanted to check out for different modules. But something I wanted to show you as well. I don't know if it'll link it specifically. You also get lots of access to some other activations that are housed, crystalline energy activations, 5 elements activations, and we're going to add the light body activations there as well. But let me see. I don't know if I'm not sure because I'm an admin and if it'll do it, but you can click to this one. So this is another portal that you get. This is like yeah, I'll have to like log in separate just because again, normally you'll be able to click there and it'll take you there. But for me, because my admin is set up differently, I have to actually go to it. So let me know if that makes sense. If you have any questions about the setup at all, or even about the program, I'm definitely going to check Facebook in just a second because it's for some reason not been showing me your comments here. So let me just show you the conscious creator because this is one more thing I want to show you, and then you can see this is all stuff that'll show up in your library products. Like when I showed you the login and it just showed the product, you'll see this one, Sapphire Circle, if you've activated it, and all of these extra ones as well. So this is an extra bonus that you get access to only while you're a member of the of the 3 months for the live, but you can stay on board. I have many students that stay on board year round because they love to keep accelerating their growth and healing. But you get this whole conscious creator portal. Now, I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I definitely want you to focus on the core content, but I want you to be aware that there's an entire healing library of each of these modules and topics. There is embody your next level identity. There's 5 pieces of content, 4 to 5 pieces of content. Indigo kyanite activation, right? There's all different types. Embody your next level identity, expand your quantum shift upgrade, divine expression and sacred structure, activating your creative energy and passion, sacred balance of balance, balancing masculine and feminine. The reason why I'm showing you this, it goes on and on. Calling in your information from lifetimes, ancestral patterns and programming, release, recalibrate, increase your money magnetism if you're working on money, soul alignment, mentally, physically, emotionally. So what happens is this becomes a healing library, right? If you are going through it and you're like, oh my gosh, I have some extra time and I'm getting stuck and I feel very emotionally drained, you're going to scan this module and go, oh, you know what? This sounds good. I'm going to get an energetic tune up just for that and just do the energetic tune up for that. You don't have to do the whole thing. There's 5 pieces of bite-sized content that are usually between 5 and 15 minutes that are really powerful to help you shift your energy. And then heart expansion, activating your gifts, purge. This is like good for retrograde, purge patterns, right? Optimizing your minor chakras. So if you want to activate your energy more. So here's all these: permission to dream bigger, release the old, calibrate to new energetic set points. So this is just like goes financial freedom, just goes on and on of basically ready for you healing support material on a lot of topics. Okay. And so that's part of the Sapphire Circle free bonus that you get or free perk that you get with the live group immersion, because you have access to everything that has to do with the Sapphire portal for 3 months to support you through the core program. So I hope that makes sense. Yes, thank you. My team added the link to join if you want to, or just to even check out the registration page because there's so much more information there as well. I'm going to see if I can see here on Facebook if there's questions here. Um, Let's see. Yeah, I don't see questions that I can see now. I'll definitely be checking on the replays later, as well as the website. Today, I'll check the website because I know it's streaming in multiple places. But yeah, I mean, there's just so much value there. Some of the common questions that I get as well, that I want to come back to is, do I have to want to do this professionally? No, but you'll have the tools to be able to, right? You'll have the tools to be able to. Many people get out of here and said, wow, I didn't even know how to do a reading at all. Most of the people come in never doing readings before. And even if they did do readings, like we've had tarot card readers and Reiki healers and all kinds, it's just going to advance you to the next level. As a healer, what it will do is it'll help you be able to read the energy of the people you're healing. It'll help you identify where their block is so that your healings are even more effective. And then you can help the client release their root causes even more powerfully. So it just adds value, right? And for tarot card readers, I had people doing that and they go, wow, now learning this, my intuition's just on fire. I hardly even have to use like the definition of the card. It's like I use it, but then it's just bam, I get all these downloads around it. It's like so much more active, right? And then people who didn't know what a chakra was are reading auras by the end. I have people who have gotten their pay, like started charging. They didn't even think they were going to do readings. They're like, oh, but this, like my family and friends are so excited about this. I'm actually going to do it, right? And maybe your purpose work doesn't have to do with giving like spiritual readings and things. This is all about you consciously creating your life. This is about you actively being able to clear your path anytime you get stuck. This is about you aligning. The underbelly is about aligning to your higher path and purpose, to clearing out the things that are inhibiting you to, and whatever it is. Some people come in with wanting to heal grief, maybe part of your spiritual awakening, because a lot of you are going to be new on your awakening path. It'll meet you where you're at, but it's like maybe it's like I'm just in a lot of grief. I lost a loved one. I've had a lot of people come in for that, lost a job, different things, transitions. It's helping you to align with your higher path. That's the underbelly of the healing, right? The healing that I do, the healings will help you throughout the whole course, whether you're self-paced or live. But in the live group, I'm also doing live activations where I'm reading the energy of the group and clearing the energy in real time for anybody that will be ever listening, right? So, yeah, it definitely gives a lot. The other thing is, what if I can't make the live calls? Over half don't. People have gone through my whole certification program, my purpose driven business program, that are all you have to have this first layer as a prerequisite. This is a full program and everything you need in one course. Like you'll be able to know how to do readings by the end of this course, right? That's what this course teaches you, plus self healing and your intuition and your activating of gifts. But I do have next level courses, and people have done in all of it, gotten certified with me on replays. You just got to put it in your calendar to do it, right? And then stay plugged in, submit your questions. I'll answer them for you on the call so you have it on the replay. So that's for the live people, the live group immersion. Um, so that's not really a problem. It's made to be done anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace, all on one Saturday, spread it out 10, 15 minutes throughout the week. It's really up to you. The only thing I recommend if you're doing the live group immersion is that a month, we're going to vote on times for practice sessions. I promise 3 per week in case some tech night something happens, right? I want to make sure I always deliver at least 3 a week. But we've been doing 5 for almost 2 years now, maybe even 2 years now, because I want to make sure as many people can get to an exchange where it's hosted for you. You get paired up and you just get to work energy together, practice your tools, develop your gifts, and clear and heal your energy, right? It's like you get all 3 in one, which was what makes it so powerful and effective. That's something that most programs don't get, right? Yes. And if you're wanting to check out if the program's a good fit for you, absolutely. I have some handpicked alumni, as Soul Success Unleashed graduate students who've graduated from the course, happy to share with you, like to listen. Hey, what are you experiencing now? How can, will this program be a good step for you? Will this be a good fit? And they'll tell you, they'll listen to where you're at and they'll recommend, yes, it would be, or it wouldn't be. And here's how and why it could be. Here's the modules and the tools that will specifically help with that, if they think it is a good fit for you. And they're going to be happy to share their experiences with the course as well. So that's a free 15-minute call if you're looking at joining the program, but want to be sure if it's the right next step for you. Be sure to check your email, because as soon as you sign up, you will get a Zoom link and confirmation. If you don't see that, check promo spam or reply to any email so that my team can help you get that, because that is something that should be sent within 5 to 10 minutes of signing up. So that, and then put it on your calendar because you won't want to miss it. Okay, so that's amazing. Invitation there. You feel free to email me any questions, any logistic questions or things like that. People have questions about, most of the time the practice sessions, again, they're on different times and days. Even on a Sunday, we've been doing one to help as many as we can. But if you can't make any of those, we still have ways to pair you up. Okay. We still have ways to pair you up. You'll have a partner to practice if you want to practice. Okay. It's not going to be a problem. And that's how much you do is up to you. There's over 40 you can go to. Some people go to all of them. If you have the time and ambition, you can go to all of them. But really, I suggest one per week is going to get you the results of the program. Okay. And those don't start until you have all the tools that you'll need to practice with. And you're in a safe place. So don't worry, you're not going to let anybody down. This is about your healing because I get those fears a lot from people. Everybody's in the same boat and everybody's very kind and helping each other. And then by the beginning, everybody's not sure. And then by the end, it's amazing, right? So you just got to keep trusting the process and move through your fears and doubts around it. Because most of the time, it's the ego and the fears and the doubts and the programming and the patterns from the past that get in the way of us trusting what the information is. So you get to move through a lot of that by having that pairing and partnering up with people. And that's how you develop your gifts, right? It's never going to be just about, oh, listen to an activation, everything's done for you. It's not that way because it's a muscle. It's like working out. You have to do it. You have to like work the muscle. The activations help. The clearing, the programming helps. Absolutely. It makes the space available to you, but you still got to work the muscle. So definitely email. Thank you. My team's loading in the all of the important links for you guys. Thank you. My team's amazing. Right there. She's helping me out here, keeping me on track with all the cool things, which is that we also have an amazing calendar of extra events that you might want to check out. So we still have a lot to come to mark your calendar for that are free for the series. We have like how to release soul contracts, how to you have your protection tools working for you. We have abundance is your birthright. We have next week we have two special ones. You'll get to see where some students who have graduated, I asked them 5 different questions about the program, like how transformative it was for them. How that's next Tuesday, I believe. You want to mark your calendar for that if you're interested, because they're going to share. They share like how they are, like the biggest transformation, how the tools helped, how if they developed their gifts. They're going to be candid about that. And I just asked them. I didn't know what they were going to answer. I didn't do it ahead of time. It's just live. It was like recorded live. So it was something that they're sharing from their heart around. Okay. And then there's also a free event in my where the students who have graduated from the program, who most of them, I can't promise I have to ask them, but I don't think any of them did readings prior to the program, right? Most people don't. Definitely not this style. They're going to use the tools that I teach you to actually give mini readings. This one you do have to be live for. And initially it was going to be only in the Facebook group, but actually they've all said they're ready for the big wide web of YouTube. So we're going to be everywhere. So we'll be pulling from YouTube, from website, from Facebook to make it fair, but you have to be live for that. But even if you're not live, you can see like how they did it, and they're going to share a little bit about how that works. So we're going to do several live readings, and what's cool about it too is that even if you don't get picked to be quote unquote right, you're the proxy for the group, and you'll find that you're going to get your answers if you set your intention. You'll get your answers through somebody else's reading, and then we're going to do a big clearing with the tools that you get attuned to at the end for everybody, live or replay. So it's going to be beneficial even if you can't be live, but that's like a favorite for sure. That's Thursday, but that's not for a little bit because actually next Thursday, October 2nd, actually that's tomorrow. I'm so confused on the date. Look at these timeline jumping, right? Timeline jumping. It's like, what timeline am I in? Tomorrow is the expansion journey, which you definitely don't want to miss. That's an official bonus of the series. We're going to align to a highest timeline and talk about how to move from 3D to 5D and how to consciously create 5 steps of conscious creation and how to apply everything I've taught you in the free series, like how you can apply this to be a conscious creator, whether you're moving forward in Soul Success Unleashed program or not. This is going to be kind of a great way to wrap up the container of like this transformation that we just had. And again, all of these replays will be up through October 14th for sure. And then yeah, you can go from there. So definitely if you have questions, I'm doing my best to keep up with those questions. You can also email in any questions that you have about Soul Success Unleashed. We'll do my best to answer there. Or again, if you're like unsure if it's the right step, then I think that you'll find your clarity on a no pressure 15-minute chat with one of my graduate students. Absolutely. So I hope this yeah, I hope this supports you. Let me know if you have any other questions. And I will talk to you all soon. I think that's everything. Oh, the other thing. Yeah, I think that's everything. I think that's everything. There's more I could always say, but that's plenty for now. That's an earful. So we'll talk tomorrow. I hope to see you on the expansion journey. It's going to be amazing. High level activation to align to your highest timeline and live as a conscious creator that you were born to be. So I hope to see you there. All right. Bye for now.